Continuing on, this part right here, if you take 2 screwdrivers and pry it up, it's just compression fitting. I already got it off and it snapped off, fell on the floor, but that would come off, and then the wheel here would come off, and then I got the crate wheel here. Now you want to take a toothbrush and clean off all the gunk off the movement, and you want to take a toothpick and clean out all the pivot holes. Like I said, you want to clean out everything prior to putting it in the cleaner. I do have the cleaner on, my ultrasonic cleaner, and but I want to get all this junk out of the pivot holes prior to putting in the ultrasonic cleaner. That way my solution stays clean. I'm not going to take this clock all the way apart. I don't think I need to. Now you can, this gathering pallet can be pulled off with a pair of pliers. If you watch my other videos, I don't do that all the time. And the reason is because these things are compression fit on. And if you take them off all the time and put them back on, eventually you're going to wear them out. So that's why I don't do it. Like I said, clean out all the pivot holes. It will save on your cleaning solution. The ultrasonic cleaner will not get all the stuff out of the very hard to reach parts. If you don't believe me, don't do it, and then clean up the pivot holes afterwards, and you'll find that your toothpick is black. You take a rag if you wanted to and wipe off all the oil. You see where all these gears are. They're extremely filthy. I don't know if you could see that, but taking the toothbrush and cleaning the gears off will get most of the gunk out prior to putting it in the cleaner. But that's what I'm doing, and you ask, what do you do with the barrel and the springs? This is the way I was taught. You take a piece of wood and the barrel, and the spring pops off. You want to make sure you know which barrel cap goes with which barrel. You don't want to get them mixed up. And then you could take the spring out. You can wear gloves if you want to, but you don't have to. And then at the end of the spring, you got this loop. sometimes these loops break. If you do have to replace the spring, you want to measure the width, the thickness, and the length of the spring to order a new spring. I have in the past, if this was broken, lay this on a board, take a punch a spot here in the spring, and then re-drill a hole and put a bend in it. That way it'll fit inside the barrel. But with the spring itself, you want to take like a Brillo pad and go through and wipe off all the stuff. You can do all this by hand, and then clean it up really good. Before you put it back in the barrel. It only goes one way, and you start it and work your way around the barrel, and we'll show you that later after I get everything cleaned up.